little hard rock podcast coming your way. Do you like to hear about the heavy metal news and lots of good time, fun time? See me a little better, see me a little better. Which is about, I don't know yet. Gotta listen, gotta find out, got to hear what he's gonna talk about. Heavy metal news and hard rock news every single week, yeah. Let's jive. What's going on? How are you? What are you thinking about this so far? It's more me. I don't have that. I'm not in that box anymore. I'm right here with you. We got a quick podcast this time. Welcome back to Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo, episode 148. Can you believe it? We've made it through 148 episodes of this. Have you listened to all of them, or do you like it? What do you think? Johnny B has. There's a couple of you that I think have listened to every single ding-dang one of them. But welcome back. Fine, folks, to the new. If you like this, I would love to get your comments on how this setup is. A little bit more hectic to do, but that's okay. Hey, I don't mind going the extra mile. We got a couple of stories here. I do want to warn you. I've got a video coming up here, and it's Tommy Lee's wife saving their dog from a coyote. If it goes right off the rails, I'm gonna stop it. I can't handle the, I don't want to see blood, spewing everywhere into their beautiful $1 million pool and all of that. I don't want to see that. Okay. Welcome to the episode. Tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell somebody, say, Dad, do you like Peter Frampton? Because this guy Shane, he's about to do a story on Peter Frampton. There's our buddy Dave Mustaine. And I don't know exactly what happened with this, but the great thing is maybe we're going to learn what happened. Peter Frampton and David Mustaine are having words because Peter Frampton says that they destroyed the structure of a building when they were doing their sound check or something like that. So we got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's do that now. Dave Mustaine calls out Peter Frampton for talking out of his ass. He's talking out of his ass about Megadeth. Megadeth has dismissed Peter Frampton's claims about why both artists had their concerts canceled last week in Virginia Credit Union. There it is, Virginia Credit Union live. They say, you know what? Let's not even put the name of the branch of the credit union in the name. Let's just put Virginia Credit Union. Or is it called the Virginia Credit Union? Because that's a lousy name too. At the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. Famous home of Guar, if you're a fan of them. On Sunday, September 15th, Megadeth announced that the band's show at the venue was being called off, writing in a social media post. Due to unexpected and unpredictable circumstances, our show tonight, so sad. Sunday, September 15th at Richmond, Virginia, the Virginia Credit Union Live. Out there by the raceway in Richmond, Virginia. Well, due to those circumstances, it has been canceled and will not be rescheduled. 2 days later, Frampton, who was scheduled to perform on that Tuesday night, also called off his show. Due to unforeseen circumstances. Our show tonight at the beautiful Virginia Credit Union Live Center, it's up there by the raceway, Richmond, Virginia, has been cancelled. A post on Frampton, Facebook Live. Is he doing the Facebook Lives? Frampton comes to Facebook Live. That's trademarked. If you want that, Peter, you can get a hold of me. I'm Frampton comes alive on Facebook. That's being I'm trademarking all of those. Posted on Facebook, on his personal Facebook page. We apologize for the inconvenience. Refunds will be available at point of purchase. Now it's just a couple of clicks, right? I love the good old days of the ticket in hand. I will goof it every single time I have the tickets on the phone and it's my turn to get up there to get the ticket and so he can bleep the thing. Let's just go back to paper tickets, not paper ballots, though. Let's just do the tickets. After Frampton's cancellation, AEG Presents, which handles booking for the 6,000 capacity venue, did not respond to requests from comments from the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Oh, they were after him. But the English-American guitarist and songwriter addressed the cancellations while performing at the Met in Philadelphia. They ain't got nothing wrong in their sentence. The Met. That's a name of a place that you play at. Is that the baseball diamond where they play the Mets play? In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, last Thursday, September 19th, Frampton told the crowd at the gig, I've got to say something about something. If you don't mind me taking a few minutes, I got a bit to say. So, we had a show cancelled the other day because of weather. And also, Megadeth did a sound check. And I think a couple of days before our show. And after they finished their sound check, there was structural damage to the stage. Well, I'm not blaming them. Could have been another band, but it looks pretty like it. So sorry, Megadeth. I had to rat on you. Well, he's just being facetious and fun and silly there. Dave's going to get all worked up and get his panties twisted up in a big old, he's going to get upset here. And that sounds, but it looks pretty like it. So sorry, Megadeth. I had to rat you out on that one. He's just being fun. And Dave don't know how to take a joke. Earlier today, Megadeth's publicist, oh my God, not the Schneider-Rondon organization, oh my goodness, released the following statement to blabbermouth.net. That means we got it first. I'm not affiliated with them. I just look at the news through them. Based on Peter Frampton's recent statement, Megadeth feels it's important to clear up some misinformation about the group's recent show cancellation Sunday, September 15th, over at the Virginia Credit Union Live, It's over by the Richmond Raceway. You remember where that is? As recently reported, Frampton stated that Megadeth's soundcheck damaged the venue, forcing Frampton to also cancel his show there a few days later. Why wouldn't you run with that? You're a thrash band, dude. Yeah, we unless you don't want to pay. You can't say something on the internet like that, and then the Virginia City Credit Union Live out there by the raceway says, oh, well, if you're going to take credit for it, you're going to pay for it. Megadeth did not get a chance to soundcheck at all in Richmond, Virginia, at the Virginia Credit Union Live. Still, the venue's steel grid system above the stage, getting ready to hang the lights, when he noticed there was damage to the venue's grid. He pointed this out immediately to the promoters and the venue. It was determined that it was unsafe for Megadeth to hang their production. It was too unsafe for us to hang our stuff. Production to put the band on stage at risk of in-house grid failure to support the weight of the touring lighting and sound, which could fall on the band, crew members, or audience, as it could cause serious injury or even death. Therefore, Megadeth, the local promoter, the venue, which one, a booking agent, and no other options than to cancel. We had no other options than to cancel the show. Megadeth leader Dave Mustaine added in a statement, it seems Mr. Frampton was misinformed about our show being canceled. The decision was purely based on safety. It's disappointing when someone you admire talks out of their ass about you. You better watch that dude. He does curses. Dave Mustaine could put a curse on you. In 2017, Virginia Credit Union Live celebrated its 25th anniversary by forging a multi-year partnership with AEG Presents. The partnership brought new acts to the venue as well as continued the tradition of being the hub for outdoor concerts in Richmond. That's where you want Gore to play, outside. They make a mess. You ever been to a Gore show? They're great. My old band, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but my old band opened for Gore. And we have a little bit of a history with Dave Brocky, but that's besides the point because we also played shows with Dave Brocky Experience, which was Dave Brocky and a couple of the guys from Gore, but they didn't wear all the shit. Anywho, Richmond Raceway with AG Presents are in the 8th year of an exclusive 10-year booking agreement for Virginia Credit Union Live, which is said to be the only covered amphitheater in the greater Richmond region. Well, that's something to hang your hat on. Dave likes to, Dave likes to goof it up. He likes to get crazy with things. But Peter's, look at that. He's not got a hard time with it. Now, talking about hard times here, guys, let's get on to this story really quick. We do have your comments, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I did see, one of our good pals, Mr. Binkowski, I believe, left a request. The good news there is I did see that there was a couple of responses. I don't even click the replies because I know someone has set Mr. Binkowski correct, our pal from Poland. But we're getting into this. There was a kerfuffle that happened at the Journey concert. And I think what happened is Arnel Pineda, the singer for the band, had a bad night. Or he hit a bad note. And this guy is a world-class singer. He sounds great with the band. Some may disagree with me. But it hit him in the hard spots because he decided, I'll just put it to the fans. And they can decide if they want me to stay or go. So he's very hard on himself. He probably gave himself 50 lashes. You know when they do that with the cat and nine tails? Take their shirt off and you usually get on like put your knees on a bed of nails or something. You just sit there. I shamed Journey tonight. I shamed Journey with my performance. We're going to get into it. Stylish as ever. I mean, looking great in his shades and whatnot. Might have had some of that weird dental work done that they always seem to get as soon as they get some money. Journey singer Arnel Pineda, and pardon me if I'm not saying their name right, okay? But I see Pineda right there. Says Good has won after he invites fans to vote him out of the band. And Neil Sean even said something to him like, don't listen to people that are saying you hit a bad note. Journey vocalist Arnel Pineda has thanked fans for their support after he received criticism for his performance. Maybe there'll be a clip down here for us. Performance with his bandmates at the Rock in Rio festival in Rio de Janeiro. Boy, oh boy. There's a lot of cocoa butter around those times, I'll tell you what. You can't walk 15 feet in Rio de Janeiro at the Rock in Rio without smelling cocoa butter. I'll tell you that right now. On September 15th, in a recent social media post, the 57-year-old singer, who has been fronting the legendary rockers since 2007, when Journey guitarist Neil Sean, there's a great documentary about it, maybe they'll mention it, discovered him leading a Manila cover band on YouTube. Shared a video where he had issues with his ear monitors and struggled to hit the right notes during the Rock in Rio performance, after saying that he felt so devastated, and he did. Do you remember I was just saying he went home and gave himself a whipping? He was so devastated about the gig, he offered to walk away from the band if fans voted for him to do so. Little overboard, I think. He says, so here's the deal. I'm not going to do his accent because I don't even know what his accent sounds like. And that very would could be on the not good side. So here's the deal here now. I'm offering you a chance, especially those who hate me and never liked me from the very beginning, to simply text go or stay. I feel like trolls would go crazy with the go. Oh, you had a 1-800 number or something? To simply text go or stay right here. And if Go reaches 1 million, I'm stepping out for good. And Neil Sean just took a load in his shorts. Are you game, folks? He's leaving it up to the fans there, it sounds like. Oh boy. Neil Sean shared his support of Pineda on his Facebook. Yep, Neil Sean's got a Facebook. Oh, that's right. And they was accusing Avenged Sevenfold of something. Sean shared his support for Pineda in a Facebook post accusing Avenged Sevenfold, who performed later in the evening at Rock in Rio, of compromising Journey sound. In a separate post, he also accused Ode and Bot blogs. What? He also accused Ode and Bot blogs, like Robot, for fabricating the original story. Journey drummer Dean Castronova also expressed his support for Pineda. Yeah, the band's coming out. Writing in a post, Arnel has risen to the challenge of Journey's catalog. Night after night after night, year after tiring and sad and lonely year. He gives to you all, and Journey too, the best that he can give you. Out of maybe a handful of shows in 17 years, Arnel has faced the facts. The voice is a biological instrument. That's good, I like that. It's subject to the weather, fatigue, virus, bacteria, jet lag, etc. Sometimes it does not, cannot, or will not cooperate when needed. So, what's the point of hammering a human being over something they cannot control? I'm loving Dean. I think Dean has a good head on his shoulders. Earlier today, Wednesday, September 25th, Arnel shared a video message, which is transcribed. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Firstly, I want to apologize for the inconvenience I have caused all of Journey's faithfully fans out there. I know the band's not perfect right now and in turmoil, but it is not going through some bad stuff these days anyways. What? I know the band's not perfect right now and in turmoil, but it's not going through some bad stuff these days anyway. I'm glad I'm not doing an accent. My friends, again, you know who you are. I've waited a while before I want to post something again, so here I am. Bottom line, good has won. And no matter how screwed our world is, maybe it's caused evil in us in general, or the politicians or the religious leaders that make us believe in their eccentric point of view are influencing us. But yeah, again, I said the good has won. I read most of your comments from my posts. Thank you so much. It's overwhelmingly humble. I didn't do it for some selfish reason. Well, not to feed me with such gratifying feelings. Yes, a little bit. More of a spiritual, dare I say, journey for me and my profound curiosity and what's winning in his world these days. Is it a good or is it a bad? And isn't it evident that a lot of people would just cowardly hide behind their cell phones, computers, etc., to express their hatred, cruelty, bigotry, or discriminatory and racist remarks to me? Well, it's been happening since 2007, and yet, here comes the good people to my rescue. No matter what they are going through, good or bad, as soon as they saw my post, they dropped the baby in the tub. They left the kids at the park. They walked out on their jobs. They quickly and bravely, they did not hesitate to send their kindness. Did he put his phone number out there? Their kindness, sincerity, top-notch generosity of their precious time, just to express how genuinely caring and willing they are to fight for me. to reason with me. And they're not even sure what kind of life or episode screwed up they're all going through. What? Through, and still, yeah, there's still so much good in the world because they came to my aid. Really, I believe so. I do now. I didn't before I sent the text message of 1-800-Arnel Pineda. But now I do. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. I'd also like to thank the ones who relentlessly exploited my imperfections. Boy, I'm glad we didn't, right? Because we would be the bastard here. If I would have said, let's take a look at Journey and his voice, I would be a bastard right now. But I didn't do it. I'd also like to thank the ones who relentlessly exploited my imperfections for your own selfish intentions. Remember, our universe is so alive, guys, and it knows how to give back all the time, and good and bad. Depends on what we all did from the past. And with God by our side, nothing could ever go wrong. A lot of things have been gone wrong. So thank you, everyone. To all the rock stars who've reached out and said something to defend me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's all try to agree on walking with good every day. I like that. I love you all. Deeply, lovingly. Really. What's that? Oh. Muito obrigado, Brazil. Muchas gracias, Chile, especially the whole America. Canada, Scandinavia, UK, South America, and especially, you just said especially to all of us, though. You can't say and especially even more. And especially the America, Holy America, Canada, Scandinavia, UK, South America, and especially my fellow man who stood by me. Thank you really so much. Love to all of you, deeply and lovingly, Sir Arnel Pineda. Pineda was a bar club singer working in Manila, Philippines, when he got an email from Sean, who had seen videos of Pineda performing on YouTube, and asked him to come to San Francisco and audition to become the band's new frontman. That would blow your mind off, wouldn't it? You see this fella right here? He's got the earbuds on. I know you're thinking, what, is Corey Taylor, is he now a DJ because he has those headphones on and stuff and the microphone in front of him? He's just on another podcast. He likes to do a lot of podcasts. Maybe one day, episode 1000, we can be asking some Corey Taylor some questions here on my podcast. Problem with doing interviews, I've always thought, I don't want to ask him the stupid shit. I don't want to hear about, everything you've heard before. What was it like doing that first Slipknot record? My God, it must have been. You know what I mean? It's just like I want to just talk to them like normal human beings. And just go, like that killer question that I told you guys about, where I said, do you remember stepping on a nail for the first time, and tell me the story about it? That's a great interview question. Let's get into it. We do have one more story. It's about Ian Gillan. Ian Gillan says, boy, I'll tell you that time that I played naked in a poncho, see-through poncho. That was the best gig of my life. We're going to get into this first. And then Tommy Lee's dog in your comments. So let's go. Slipknot. All right, Corey Taylor. What's that shirt say? Motley Kruger? I like that. Is that a trademark infringement? I don't know. Freddy Krueger and Motley Crue are going to sue him. Slipknot, Corey Taylor weighs in on Jane's addiction. Yes, the onstage fight. We did do a video about that. Does that make me a shallow person? Because we did do a video where we broke down that breakup. But Corey Taylor here says, gee whiz, gee willikers. I hope they're okay. I hope this isn't the end for him. And he's a sweet fella. Those are, he might put that spooky mask on and scream at you, half the night. But look at those eyes. Those are tender eyes that have tender feelings inside. He gets up there and yells and But when he gets off stage, he's just another man. What did I tell you before about people? Everyone has to sit down and take a dump, right? You can look at Corey Taylor and say, oh my God, I could never touch him. But if you happen to be in the bathroom, didn't know he was in the stall, and it reeked in there. Jesus. My slip knot. That's the problem, is the slip knot drumming. Hello? Oh my God. It's all blurry now. What did I do? What do I do, guys? What do I do? I don't know what to do. Is just something smeared on it? Maybe if I tap it. What did I do? I know there's a zoom feature. Zoom. Boom. Well, hey, why is it doing that? Hey, see, it zooms in nice like that. Oh, guys, this is really going off the rails. And we're back. I don't know what the hell happened. When that thing toppled back, all of a sudden it was just like, what the hell? Anyways, I hope they're okay. Corey Taylor's going to get into this. We still got stuff to go. And now I'm already agitated with this damn camera and everything else that was just going on. I don't know what the hell's happening. I need a drink. Slipknot Corey Taylor weighs in on Jade. I hope they're okay. During an appearance on Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura and Christina Patsinski, Slipknot Corey Taylor frontman, Slipknot was asked to weigh in on the recent on-stage fight between Jane's Addiction. They don't like them, do they? Tom Segura doesn't like Rage Against the Machine or Jane's Addiction. Same thing. Let's see what they got to say. My God, I'm so off my shit now. That camera. You know what? That's what my wife make me up and going. That's what was my wife waking me up and going, have you seen this, Corey? Corey, dear, wake up. Have you seen this? And I was like, oh no, it's sad, man. Because I know both of them. And Dave Navarro is one of the sweetest souls on the planet. Perry also is a very sweet, sweet man. He's never been anything but fucking kind to me. And seeing that, I don't know what's happening there. And obviously, I don't want to make assumptions, because what happens when you assume things? You make an ass out of you and me. So I don't want to get in a fucking blowout. It could be chemical. It could be behavioral. It could be, you don't be a professor here, pal. Okay? It could be chemical. It is. They said that he's drinking 4 bottles of wine every day. It could be behavioral. It is. Could be because they've known each other for fucking 40 years, man. There's so many myths about their relationships. Who fucking knows what that would be at this point? So I just hope, well, you're rolling up on 40 years, aren't you? With your bands. So I just hope Perry is okay. I hope Dave is okay. You can see my tattoos that I have right here, don't you? Well, he was on a show called Ink Master, about 7 seasons of it. He was the host of it. I hope Dave's okay. I mean, I reached out to him to see if he was. I texted Dave. I do have his number. See how he was doing. He hit me right back. He was like, cool, dude. He's cool. But obviously, he doesn't want to say anything, because right now, they're just trying to figure out what the fuck they're gonna do. I mean, truer words could never be spoken. I mean, the man speaks tender eyes. He's telling truths. He's telling no lies. Praising Jane's Addiction's unique sound, Corey added, Perry is one of the most... God damn it, I'm not going to hit anything. Perry is one of the most... There's no way to describe his voice. And the people who try, if you sit there like trying to describe his voice, you're a stupid person. It sounds like they're going to kill themselves. It's so high up there, but it was so perfect. That's why when we watched that video, I couldn't tell if he was doing a good job or a bad job. It all sounds the same to me. It's just that kind of high whine, isn't it? He continued, I compared Jane's Addiction's debut album, Nothing Shocking, with Guns N' Roses' debut LP, Appetite for Destruction. I do. It's just one of those examples of a perfect album because you can put that album on and just start it and never skip anything. I'm telling you true. Even Thank You Boys is fucking wonderful to listen to. It's just a great, super great album. Circling back to the fallout, Segura didn't stick in any jokes or go, hey, let's watch a video of someone falling downstairs. Circling back to the fallout from the Jane's Addiction on stage fight, Taylor added, I hope they're okay. And knowing how inter-band relationships can be, that's fucking tough. Especially for a band that's been around that long, dude. Speaking in general about the challenges, and by the way, Joey Jordison. Is this fucking thing crooked? Jesus. This one's going to be hell on earth, I'm telling you. They settled the lawsuit, Joey Jordison. I was going to do that, but, time crunch. What's this about Sid Wilson? Sid Wilson, turntablist, and Sid Wilson, well, let's read this. Speaking in a general, the challenge of keeping the band together several decades, Corey said, I know bands that have been around for 5 years and that have that shit happen. You just never know. When you spend that much time on the road with people and you go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows and everything in between, shit's gonna get personal. And you just never know what's gonna happen on any given day. Sid Wilson, Slipknot turntablist, you know him and I? Who is one of my best friends in the whole freaking world. He burned himself the other day, dude. He burned himself in a bonfire. Him and Kelly Osbourne. He was trying to throw her in. She did one of those sweet spins and pushed him instead. He's my brother. I almost killed him one night. Oh, really? We were recording the Disaster Piece concert video in February 2002. And I want to say it was in London, Dockland Arena. But I might be wrong. And he did exactly what we told him not to do. And I was so fucking pissed. I was also hammered. So that didn't fucking help anything. No, it never does it? When you say, and by the way, I was totally hammered when those invaders came into our home, broke the door down. Yeah, by the way, I was totally hammered. I was just no good. Is this where his little tootsies? Sid broke his tootsies. He jumped. He did a jump or something. I'm done with it, guys. I am done with it. Ian Gillan in a poncho. There he is. He was playing. And is that a symphony behind you, Ian? It might be great for you, but you know what? Nobody wants to see that. Your lumpy old ass and balls. Ian Gillan says performing naked under a transparent poncho was one of the best experiences of his life. And he's no stranger to dirty lyrics and stuff. He's got a lot of sexual stuff in his lyrics. In a new interview with Riff X, Metal XS Deep Purple singer Ian Gillan reflected on one particular memorable concert he played as a solo artist in 2009 in Ferropolis, an open-air museum of huge mid-20th century industrial machines in Grafenheichen, a city between Wittenberg and Dessau, Germany. He described it to Transplant. I remember doing a show in Germany.
He says, I remember doing a show in Germany and a solo show with an orchestra. Just like Shane said, when he looked at that picture and he saw a guy with a cello stick, he knew that that's what it was. And indeed it was. With an orchestra, it was a disaster. It was in a mining facility with a huge machinery. It was a literally science fantasy kind of background. Ferropolis, it was called in Germany. They had big festivals there. Sometimes it was a disaster. It was raining and they sold no tickets, should have held 20,000 people. Well, that's why you put on a naked poncho show. You're like, I ain't doing it for 20,000, I'll do it for 200 people. There were 200 to 300 people there. The promoter put the seats a long way from the stage. There was no cover on stage. There was no monitors.
We got to watch this concert. There were no lights.
Just one white light on the stage. One caravan for me. Nothing for the orchestra
or the musicians. So they're sitting there in their monkey suits. What do they call those? The tuxedo. You got your flabby ass in a transparent poncho, and they're getting rain drizzled on them. Their violins are filling. They got holes in them. They're filling full of water. The rain was coming down. We reached halftime. Everything was terrible. They're all sheltering under the stage, wet with their instruments. I'm sitting naked in a caravan. My PA, personal assistant, that's a PA, comes in. My clothes are drenched. She says, oh, we got to get you into something more comfortable, Ian. Oh, they're making a fortune out there. She's joking. They're selling ponchos. Look, I bought one for you. It's like the kind they have at Niagara Falls. Have you ever been there? Where's that, Canada? When you get on the boat, and they're just transparent plastic ponchos, I said. That's what I'm wearing on stage for the second half of me show. So she said, oh, I dare you. I said, okay, I will. So I walked out naked on the stage, apart from this plastic poncho, which was transparent. And the orchestra got up and they realized what was going on and they started playing with fire. And we had just the most wonderful time with me flabby buttocks hanging out. And they says, oh, give us more of that show. Because we were laughing at the rain. We were laughing at the circumstance. And the audience all got out of their seats, and they weren't many of them. They all came up to the front of the stage. Why were they sitting in the seats anyways? If you could just walk up to the front. I would have done that right away. And suddenly, we were all entwined in this thing. Somebody took a film of it on their camera, and it went up on YouTube that night. Well, that answers our question. Around midnight, the phone started ringing. My manager, what the fuck did you do with you? What do you think you're doing, Ian? And then the Deep Purple manager comes on. What is he doing? Destroying the reputation of the band? And I said, well, actually, if you were there, you would have understood. But you weren't. You were sitting in your cozy little desk. But this camera recorded things. The sound and the vision was out of sync because of the distance. The light was horrible. The orchestra was all out of tune because of the rain. And it sounded like a cacophony of absolute nonsense. But if you were there, you understood the circumstance. And it was Sally, my PA, personal assistant, who said, Ian actually saved the bleeding bloody day, I'll tell you. He saved it for all of us. If you just watch it on YouTube, you'd think this is the worst thing that ever happened. In actual fact, it was one of the best experiences of my life. God bless you, Sally. Sally says, well, I like to see, call me crazy. I like to see Ian Gillan in a poncho naked. That's what I like to see. That's why I went and got him one. Let's look at this, guys. I wanted to get the one that's got the news reporter. Look at this guy. Coyote attacks Tommy Lee's wife's dog, and she goes after it. And then there's a video here of Tommy holding the dog. He's never touched that damn dog in his life. He says, get that fucking dog away from me, man. Dog gets bit by a coyote. Oh, my little precious. Okay, I don't know. But this guy looks like he means business. And again, this will be cut if they try and ding me. Here we go.
Begin with that terrifying video and a warning tonight to dog owners. Video of a coyote attacking a dog in the backyard of a Brentwood home.
Oh, there it is. What'd she do? Jesus.
Now, this is the home of...
What is it, babe? She must have got it.
Crew's Tommy Lee and his wife, Brittany Ferlin Lee.
Freak.
Ferlin Lee says the coyote grabbed her 10-year-old dog, Nina, in the backyard of their home in Brentwood around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thankfully, the dog was too heavy for the coyote to pull over their wall, and that gave Brittany the ability to...
Jesus, don't keep showing it over and over again. They keep showing the coyote coming over there grabbing it. I thought we were going to see her, and she was going to grab the damn coyote and give it a chop. He comes out, what's up, babe? What's going on? Did you find my other phone? He doesn't have another phone, guys, okay? Don't hold me to that. We got one bar. I may have to pause this damn thing again and plug it in. Jesus. But we're going to go. We are going to go for it. Full steam ahead. I see 16 comments. That's not how many because you guys are replying on. I appreciate it. Thank you. Gilman here. Gilman 96. Who is he? Dan Gilman, the Dan man. The intro was a masterpiece. Thank you, dear sir. We got Johnny B coming in. Welcome to the Jive Town. He's got fun and games. He's got everything you want. Baby, his name is Shane. He is the person that you will find and with whatever you may need. And if you like the funny, honey, he'll have you on your knees. In the Jive Town, welcome to the Jive Town. Watch him bring you to the knees. Wah, you'll probably even pee. That's the greatest thing I've ever read in my life. That, sir, is getting you a heart and a thumb today. And a good day to you, sir, and all my fellow Jive Talkin parishioners. Love the opening song from last week. It was a beautiful song of celebrating your baby girl and doing something she would never expect by taking her out to a nice dinner tonight. I was beside myself with laughter after that amazing song. Man, if I give you 2 thumbs, I would. You hit it directly on the head when you stated that the Jerry Cantrell Lane Staley blend together was a creamy, chocolatey caramel goodness. The song I Stay Away comes to mind. Yes. Boy, that's a classic. It gives me the bumps every time I hear it. There are a lot of great songs that they did together, but the only one that really stands out, beautiful. There you go. Yes. Johnny B says, I say and vote yes to a large Shane. Oh boy, this first one's going to be a real shit town. But maybe we'll get better. Maybe it'll get worse. That's what, Shane on the green screen. We need to see more of you, sir. Really? Your reactions are a highlight of the podcast. Let's see some more. Johnny B says Robert Trujillo, Robert Trujillo, Metallica bassist, was the best choice for Metallica bassist. The guy brings the energy and just looks like he's having a blast playing with those guys. Dude, he does his spider walk all over and he brings a little youth to it. Pepper Keenan would have been a good choice as well because the guy is a damn riff monster, but they got the right guy with Robert. That scene of them asking him to join the band and giving him the $1 million was so cool, and one of the only good parts of that doc. I liked it. I like when Dave Mustaine got a little teary-eyed too when him and Lars were having the sit down. Johnny B says, that's it for now. I hope you are all having an amazing weekend. Until then, try not to let your meat loaf until next week, ... 3 replies there. We got Will Wad. I'm going to say it's Bill. Will Wad. Will Wad. Nice intro, Shane. Bang. Got to give you your heart there, Johnny B. I was walking away on you, leaving you there. Stranded. Mike Buchanan coming in. Here we go. On this week's movies that are bad, but we love them anyways, a tie-in to The Blob. If you pay attention while watching The Blob, you will notice that the midnight movie that is playing is called Daughter of Horror, which is a remake of Dementia, 1955. I remember Dementia. Yes, it's a real movie being shown in a movie. This one's a weird one, even by my standards. The narration may sound hammy with its drawn-out, overly enunciated words, but I did enjoy it. The first words uttered, you out there, do you know what horror is? Voiceover, the slow build-up of its musical score, full darkness before it shows the view of the street and the room, actually made what? No, I'm grunting, see? You out there, do you know what horror is? Voice building up, the music score, full darkness before it shows the view of the street and the room. Actually made me smile with nostalgia. This is what I love about old horror films. It has a campy feel to it, yet it's more solid than modern day horror movies. The cast is perfect. Each of them gives off a sinister feel to the movie, for leering expression to every smirk or eye acting perfect, or every smirk or eye acting perfect. Adrian Barrett as the Gaiman is commendable, even without the narration. If you watch Dementia, her portrayal of the disturbed or demented young woman is amazing. The musical score is the main reason why I wasn't bored at all. It's like a roller coaster ride while seeing the equally roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster ride while seeing the equally roller coaster ride of a story and visual. It's true that the narration, more noir flavor to the scene, and I love it. Man, my eyes. This is a silent movie that's worth watching. Oh, really? Grab your favorite beverage, sit in your favorite chair, pop some popcorn, and press play. Mike Buchanan says, I will get this out there, the 69 in my username. Yes, Michael Buchanan 69er. He uses the dirty, kinky stuff. 69 in my username happens to be the last year the year I was born. All right. Was it the summer of 69? I have no qualms in people knowing my age. As it happens, by the time you read this, I will have had my 55th birthday. That's right, I can't drive 55. On September 24th, happy birthday to you. Do you like to make a big to-do of it? I like to hide. I like to just, let's leave it be. I'm not all that, crazy, I don't care either way, but it's like I'd rather no big fuss. Just a, hey, happy birthday, and that's it. Some people like the big birthdays. Let's see, what the hell, where are we at? Bang bong. 55. I can't drive 55. There we are. On September 24th. And yes, that's a harp. And no, I don't play it. My son does. Okay, I was asking about the harp in the picture. So you were just standing over there, dude, by your son's harp? You got no business over there by that harp. Unless you paid for it, then you can do whatever you want. If you want to hear him play Jump. Oh, if you want to hear him play, jump on over to my channel or don't. Doesn't really matter. Mike Buchanan 69. What is it? Well, of course I got to see that. I'm not going to do it here, but Let's get into this. Mike Buchanan says, hey, Shane, I have a request. JK. But seriously, we need to have more interaction between all of us Uber elites. The last video was fun with all of the interaction. Yeah, I like that. We demand more Shane in the video. I like the green screen idea. Okay. Surprise! AI music is getting better every day, alluding to the song you sang about glue and the buttholes. That particular channel is cranking out music like it's water. I'm on the same side as Jerry Cantrell on this one. Yes, AI music sounds like music, but it's missing that human whatever. Yes. Now, speaking of Cantrell's upcoming solo album, from the 2 songs I have heard, I am eagerly sitting somewhat patiently for the release of the album. Great songs so far. Speaking of the Rocket Mafia, this is Mike Buchanan and his take on Ricky Rocket's side band now that Bret Michaels doesn't want to go tour in 2025 because he's a smart businessman. Speaking of the Rocket Mafia, I wonder if the band is going to be similar in sound to Devil City Angels, which is a good listen if you want something on in the background as you work. Time will tell, I guess. Well, I'm pretty sure if you got all the guys that are in Devil City Angels, it's going to sound like it. Mike Buchanan says, going to say nope to Slayer hot sauce. My delicate palate just can't do hot, spicy foods. But I will say that bourbon whiskey peach barbecue sauce is fantastic. That sounds fantastic. Okay, it's time for Mike Buchanan, 69ers Jive Talkin Jokes of the Week. Let's get into them. I thought I saw this screen moving too behind me. Jesus. Did you know that boomerangs are Australia's biggest export? They're also Australia's biggest import. I went shopping at a cherry stand and the microphone store. Bada bing, bada boom. The bada boom stand for that. Some people think my dad jokes are childish, which is crazy. They're obviously fully grown. Did you know Raymond Burr had a brother who was a lumberjack? His name was Timber. What's more amazing than a talking dog? A spelling bee. And finally, I just read that Victoria's Secret and Smith & Wesson are merging. They are calling themselves Diddy Diddy Bang Bang. Pretty good. There you go. Bang. And guess what? Bang. Miss Althea coming in here. And there's that request, guys. I don't even have a flashing. We're going to get to Miss Althea, but I'm very nervous about the battery. But now I don't even know if we should even look at Mr. Binkowski down here. Hi, Shane. I wasn't there for a minute, but I'm here and I'm having some suggestions. Poland. I love that. Yeah, Poland, of course. I know that. I'm not a damn dummy, Mike Binkowski. His Polish Metal Alliance, they are good. I'm Broken, Pantera cover. Well, there ain't going to be no hearts and no thumbs on that. Miss Althea coming in here. The Dumbstruck Fool says, hey, guess who's sitting over here on the East Coast with a head cold? Then there's a sick emoticon and a dizzy eyes emoticon. I am thankful you are over yours and sounding more like your old snarky self. I say this lovingly, of course. Heart emoticon. Yep, and it's stuck with me for about 2 weeks. I hope yours goes faster. I've heard zinc. I heard some TikTok or something where they're like, don't take cold medicines, NyQuil, all that shit. Take zinc. Is that true? Not zinc out of some kind of machine or sign or something. You know, hey, this got some zinc in this neon sign. No, I'm talking about the vitamin. Miss Althea, 22 comments and a Bitch ain't one unless you count me. Yes, darling, I said to Mike B that I do believe episode 146 set a record for the number of in-comment conversation, not just the Jive Talkin series, but for the entire channel. If this keeps up, you'll have to patch us all in for a meet the press style roundtable. Hey, I love the idea of everyone talking to each other about the music, you know, talking about everything. Miss Althea says, Jerry Cantrell, an AI. Yay. Children of the 60s. Ironic that he mentioned 2001, A Space Odyssey, since I just watched that movie for the first time in many years a couple of weeks ago. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I totally agree with him. What does Pal say? He says, I can't do that, Dave. Hal, open the pod bay doors. Fuck you, Dave. I don't think it says that. I totally agree with him. There is no denying that that what once was, see, that always spins me up. That's a proper way to say that, but those words, what once was, always get me looped up. What once was science fiction is now science fact. Yikes. Yep, it's true. At this rate, we will probably be colonizing the moon within my lifetime, if I should live so long. You're going to live to be 100. You're going to live to be 100 and be healthy, because they'll come up with those great pills. I'm taking them. If they come up with them, they say, hey, would you like to take some healthy pills that we've strongly tested through the FDA and AI science people, and this pill will have you last a long time. I say, yeah, I'll take that. I want to see what goes on. Miss Althea on Dave Ellefson. I have a vague recollection of hearing about the possibility of him switching to bass while he was in Megadeth. I got a good chuckle out of you referring to him as one of them flunkies. Very difficult not to think of childish things like junkie flunky. After that, ill-fated fan interaction. All right. Miss Althea on Ricky Rocket. I thought it and you said it. I thought it and you said it. Copyright infringement on that Rocket Mafia logo. Question mark. I also agree on the overuse of city and angels in band names, especially those that are formed by guys from the 80s hair metal glam scene. I found Mick Sweda on guitar interesting. I had a marginal crush on him when in the Bullet Boys. That's the guy with the big curly brown hair, right? When the Bullet Boys came on the scene, but it didn't last long, and I started crushing on drummer Jim DeAnda instead. What about that bass player? The long, straight hair like Eric Brittingham of Cinderella. He was a good-looking dude. What do you got a problem with him for? You like dark hair? Does Denda have dark hair? He's probably got blue eyes and blonde hair, and never mind. That didn't last long either. Oh, and then she probably went over to the bass player. Or that singer. But he dyed his hair, right? Miss Althea on Slayer. I'm all about good marketing tie-in, but I'm sorry. I ain't putting anything with the word blood in the product name on my food. For a female, there are simply too many connotations to other things. Enough said. Miss Althea says, what did Gavin Rosdale do? Question mark. Because I asked that question. What did he do? Damn it, I thought she... Okay, here's what she says. He cheated on Gwen Stefani when they were married. Shocker. I thought it was the other way around. Which prompted her to file for divorce. But not long after, it came out that he had a love child with a former girlfriend. You son of a bitch! So the sons he had with Gwen suddenly had a half-sister. And that's where she ends on. I always had a question about that Glycerine song. Isn't that about like lubrication? Glycerine could have been easier on you. I always thought I'd see a commercial for Glycerine like that. You know? Could have been easier on you. Joe Cocker style. All right, that's it. We don't have a blinking battery. I mean, I'm half full. The bladder's half full. Other than the catastrophic failures we've had here, and this light that's coming in through the window, I feel like this just went splendid. Let's see here. I'm feeling like a song. You know, I'm feeling like one of the pre-recorded songs. Does anyone work with that app on your phone called BandLab? I've been thinking about downloading that. You can make up your own songs with this, app. And I'd like to know more about that without watching anything or reading anything or doing anything that has to do with learning the instructions of it. Let's see here. Come on now. No. What? No. Patterns. Stop. Pattern. There we go. Oh. Guess what? You are at the end of the podcast episode, my friend. Get up, get down, get all around. Change Jive Talkin, it's a real fun town. Jive Talkin town. Jive Talkin. Hey. Jive Town. Shane D, what do you know? Heavy metal news. There you go, bro. Come on, baby.